Unique Noise presents Who Are You? Where we interview you and get to know you on a deeper level. With your hosts, Joel and
Sam.
Today we're talking about many things, which one of them does include friendship stuff, which was nice to end off with. There's some stuff that is a little bit rage-inducing, but
it's just a bummer.
Yeah,
today.
But we ended it off with friendship.
Yeah, no, we brought it back around. It was a bummer, but we're not going to talk about that next time, so that's great too.
Yeah. So to start off, we'll have a quote here by Eleanor Roosevelt, and it's a doozy, something to really think about. Friendship with one's self is all important, because without it, one cannot be friends with anyone else in the world.
I know I've talked about like cooking shows and stuff. I do enjoy cooking, but I find that I lack creativity in the kitchen with what I'm cooking.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoy cooking with recipes, where it's like, here is exactly how to make something that tastes wonderful, that's been passed down from who knows how long, or just somebody who's got credentials to be giving other people recipes, I guess. Mm-hmm. Chefs, somebody who makes good food. I like following instructions like that, I guess.
I follow instructions for baking, which I haven't tried.
Yeah, baking.
But I know, I would have to follow instructions for that.
Baking's more important.
But with cooking, I just cook.
Yeah.
I either like it or I don't. And usually I like it because I pick the stuff that I want to eat. So I'm like...
Yeah, cooking is freestyle and baking is science.
Yeah. I mean, I've done like scrambled eggs with like cuts of chicken and just have a family breakfast.
I'm going to do that with salmon.
I guess then one of my hobbies would be just collecting Pokemon cards.
Nice.
I really enjoy it. More so, well, I would say more so now just because the art is getting a lot interesting and a lot more better.
And are you talking about physical cards, or are you talking about the new card game on
both,
on the
technically.
Phone? Okay.
But physical is the one I'm more interested in. The pocket one is just it's there.
Yeah.
It scratches the itch to go out and buy cards.
Right.
Right now, though, currently, how it is, it's back to how it was in 2020, where people got super crazy over it because scalpers want to get as much product and sell it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, step back a little bit and let Pokemon handle it, because usually when that does happen, they start printing away more than they need and drown the market. So,
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. That's the only way to get rid of most of scalpers is once they find out
you can't actually make good money off of it anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate the hustle from anybody, but
I think doing that for Pokemon cards, especially a lot of the people that would buy it, you would think some of them are kids that are trying to get it.
Yeah. And it's just, I appreciate the hustle of somebody who is scalping. I do not condone scalping of any kind in any industry, because I think it's not cool.
So when stuff's limited, I'm I'll buy two, one for me and one for if I decide to sell it down the road or something, but not to scalp.
Cool. Good catching up. Good learning. So most traumatic. Why do we write this question? Why do we do this?
I don't know.
Well, to learn and to grow, and it helps to talk about it, even
for therapy.
Yeah, even for the
it's therapeutic.
We're not.
We're a therapeutic.
We're not
class.
Licensed. We're not licensed. I have a driver's license.
no, yeah. That's why I'm using the word therapeutic and not therapeutic.
And I have some certificates from work. So I'm well learned, as you can tell. I'm going to sort of talk about what we were talking about before off the air. But I'm not going to mention names, and I'm not going to mention how I know them. But I was involved with some people who were, the first word that comes to mind is sensitive. But not necessarily emotionally sensitive, or maybe emotionally sensitive, but not in the way that you would think when you think somebody is emotionally sensitive. And that has affected my life in what I'm perceiving as a negative way, because I went from waiting for the other shoe to drop like most of the time to there's always a shoe ready to drop. Like, basically, anytime I say something out loud, I'm like, all right, waiting for it. What's going to happen? Like, I said something like, something's going to happen now, which is not actually how my life even runs or operates anymore. But there's a lot of that left over because, I was in that for a long time.
So shoe drop would just mean like they interject with something? Or
No, like something bad to happen. Yeah. Like something bad's going down because I did something. Literally anything. And it always felt like, really? Like, why are we talking about this?
It's like, this is the thing that got the shoe to drop?
Yeah. Basically, you didn't do something when I expected you to do it, and you did it on your own terms, and that makes you a piece of shit. That's probably the best way I can put it. So now it's kind of like always, or I find myself constantly trying to be like anticipating everyone's needs at all times. And that has extended outside of my core groups or whatever of people, like friends and family. So then it's like a stranger, and I'm like getting into that people-pleasy mode, and I'm like, I'm just trying to buy some fucking groceries. I don't need... I probably don't actually need to be thinking about this person behind me. Unless they've got like 2 things and I've got a whole cartload. And in that case, it's like, yeah, you can go ahead. Or if you're being rude about it, no.
I mean, if they have 2 things
and
are in a line that's not 10 or less.
Right. My problem with it is always, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but whatever. My problem with it is I am the type of person who will offer you that spot in line. If you ask me to cut in front of me because you only have a few things, I'm probably going to say no. Because now you've just robbed me of an opportunity to be like nice. And I enjoy it. That makes me feel good. When you ask me like, hey, can I cut in front of you? Because I don't have a lot of stuff. I'm like, you entitled piece of shit. Like I've been waiting in line. Wait, you can't wait in line? And I'm like, and I already got my fucking card out. Like, this is not going to take very long.
I already put the separator there.
Yeah.
You put your 2 things there.
So, I don't know. To each their own. That's just my 2 cents. Yeah, trauma, check. I guess on the other end of that, I'm working days and nights tirelessly to try to help reverse that or to get around that somehow. And I have therapy tomorrow, so I'm going to talk about it then.
Nice.
And hopefully somebody better educated than myself and yourself.
Definitely more than myself.
Hey, don't do... Well, I think you're more educated than I am on paper.
On paper?
Yeah. I mean, I did go to like 5 different colleges.
I only went to 1.
Okay, well, you want to talk about the degree I have and the degree you have?
I have a master's in... No, I have an associate's.
Yeah, I have the people's degree. I got free education.
Yep. Work experience.
No, like free education through college. But if you're not enrolled and you're taking classes, they actually don't give you a degree.
Right.
Yeah.
You got the free trial.
Oh, shucks. I mean, it went way past like 30 days or 60 days or 90 days if we're talking about free trials.
No, yeah.
No, I was enrolled with just like none of the benefits.
There are free trials that they let you do the whole thing, but you don't get the thing at the end.
That's right. Or you can't save your work or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, your turn, sir.
Oh, well, let's see. This is really recent because I think it happened last night. El contexto, I take my cousin to work because she no drive. On the way back, I usually take the freeway. Mm-hmm. But on the way back, I'm getting on technically it's like the 10 and the 15. So like the merge, or I guess the transition into the 10.
So a transition between like a east-westbound and a north-southbound freeway. Yeah. So there's probably a turny type deal going on somewhere, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm getting on that entrance just before that intersection. And that one you have to get on basically as you're turning. So you're going like, you're supposed to be going around like 25 miles an hour.
Sure.
I'm not going 25, so I'm not even going slow.
Right.
But I'm not going that excessive either.
Yeah, you're not trying to take a 25 mile an hour turn at 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going in at like probably like 35, 10 above.
I have found that with those signs that, you can usually push like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, and then I get up to speed, so I'm not like, I'm trying to paint a picture to show like, I'm not slow here.
Right. You're not dicking around trying to get from one freeway to the next. You're trying to keep up with traffic, I would imagine. Yeah, so you don't...
And this is midnight, so hardly any.
Right.
And like the lane I'm on is already good to transition over because I need to get onto the 10. So then from there, I'm good. I have someone pulling up beside me thinking like, okay, they're just going to keep going straight because the next following one is the merger for the eastbound 10. Mm-hmm. Or no, sorry, westbound 10 because I'm going eastbound. And all of a sudden, he cuts me off, but the transition I'm taking is the elevated one that goes all over the other freeways.
Okay.
So there's a lift there with dirt. Mm. So he ends up climbing that, cuts me off, and I'm like, what the fuck? You literally almost killed yourself and almost made me run off to the to the right side. So I'm like, what? Can you not like take an L and fucking, you missed the exit, so fucking turn around off of it or something.
Or if there's not a
recalculate.
Ton of people, just you brake and then you pull over.
Yeah. He literally like just, I'm just gonna regard all safety here and almost kill everyone.
Okay, to be fair, Joel, they might have been inebriated. Okay, I think we need to be sensitive to people who are driving around drunk.
No, because there was no swerving, so there's no drunk.
Not everybody who's drunk or high swerves when they're driving. They're just not paying attention. That's the problem. Because there's lots of like functional drinkers, and I don't know. I'm sure you've talked to people who are like, "Oh, I drive really good when I'm high," or "I drive really good when I'm drunk," and it's like maybe comparatively to how you drive sober. That doesn't mean you're a good driver.
We can go with that. What was the movie called? Oktoberfest, where it's like they learned to drive drunk, so they're great drivers when they're drunk, but shitty drivers when they're not drunk.
Are you talking about Beer Fest?
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said Oktoberfest.
Sorry,
I was thinking October Sky.
Oh,
the movie about rockets.
Rockets, yeah.
And I was like, that sounds about right. They were in a small little coal mining town. I'm like, yeah, they're probably drinking and driving.
No, yeah, Beer Fest.
Yeah.
With the boot, Das Boot as well.
The Super Troopers guys.
Yeah.
and less known as the Super Troopers 2 guys. Because they made a second one.
I did not know.
Yeah. And they've got a film called Quasi out, I think on Hulu. It's about Quasimodo.
Oh.
And they have a show called Tacoma FD, which is about a fire station.
That one, I think... Well, I know I haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure I heard of that one.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the PG-13 version of like Super Troopers because it's on TV. It's good. I laughed.
Nice. But no, yeah, that kind of like pissed me the fuck off.
So what do we learn from that, Joel? How do we grow from driving around with a bunch of assholes on the road?
You can't do much in that situation.
Pay attention. I'm saying like all you can do is pay as much attention as you can so that you rely on your reflexes to not
get hit,
be in a collision with somebody who's hell-bent on fucking up your day.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. What do I know? I only drive like an hour and a half every day. Well, so like two to 2.5 hours a day. It doesn't matter what time you leave. It doesn't matter where you're going. It doesn't matter if you have carpool or not. There's always fucking assholes on the road.
No, yeah. And normally I stay away from those, but this one found me.
Do you have a dash cam?
No, and that's the one thing I do want to fucking get for sure.
We can talk about that off the air.
Because I've also gotten in a hit and run, or I was involved in a hit and run.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, I should get a dash cam.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a back dash cam, but it has a front one.
See, I was looking into one that has both front and back, and technically the one that points front also has a cabin one. I mean, I technically don't need it, but...
Yeah, but if you ever get scared by something, it might be funny.
Yeah. Next would be the time travel.
Yeah, no, you should be reading out these questions to me since I'm answering them first.
Yeah, so what would you change in your past with no consequences at all?
I mean, since we were talking about collectibles... Yeah, I mean, you can say the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. Like, lately I feel like I've been changing things where I'm like, well, this would benefit me now, though.
Look, benefits are not consequences. Sure. Maybe they are, but...
Sure. The very first, and like, here we go. I'm going to tie the whole episode together right now. The first Pokemon booster pack that I got back in like 99 or whatever, right? Or 2000, whenever they were first coming out with cards, right? Like, show was out, then they started coming out with cards or whatever, happened simultaneously, whatever. I don't remember all of that. First one I bought, holographic Charizard.
They were pretty common.
No, they weren't. I did trade it for like 30 other cards.
Oh, okay.
So I went like quantity over quality, but I probably wouldn't have done that with hindsight. And I wouldn't have opened up a bunch of... Well, no, fuck that. I loved playing with like action figures and stuff growing up. So I don't think there was a way for me to not do that. But I could have put that in a little sleeve, little plastic sleeve, and just put it in like bought a little $20 safe. Just put it in there. Don't look at it. Don't touch it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know how much those go for now?
A lot. They go for a house.
God damn.
Well, they might have dropped a bit, but they for sure went for about $500,000 for sure.
Jesus. I paid like $7 or whatever for it, and it was just random.
Yeah.
That's
nuts. The graded ones went for about $500,000 for sure. A regular one that just you have that's not graded, not anything, it's still a pretty penny. But yeah, I'm piggybacking on that because that's is one thing I would have changed to, is at least for sure keeping the cards I have. Because and this is like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, because I collected Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Yeah, no, they're just fucking nest eggs that we threw away.
Right? So I'm like, I should have just kept them. Although I did sell my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I sold them when I was a kid.
Right.
Still a pretty good amount, but I sold them cheap.
Right. Like if you
compared to now.
If you sold them cheap today, you probably would have made like 10 times the amount of money.
Yeah.
If not more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nope. Yep. And the other one, technically, because I never found the Charizard, but I did have a bunch of Dark Charizards when they did the Team Rocket packs.
You've completely lost me.
Okay, so the base sets is the beginning. This is the third set into it, because I think they did base set, Jungle, and then Team Rocket.
Okay, yeah, I did. Anything outside of the original, like first edition cards, and or 150 original Pokemon, I'm fucking out. Like I don't know anything.
Got it. So this was like maybe like the second or third year in. They were coming out essentially with like dark versions of the Pokemon with the Team Rocket set, because
Gotcha.
they were the Team Rocket Pokemon.
Right. The evil ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a good amount of Dark Charizards, but no regular like first set Charizard. And then I also had do you know Yu-Gi-Oh?
Not as much, but yeah.
Okay.
Like I had the cards. I watched the show.
Yeah. I had a Summon Skull. It's one of the cards that Yu-Gi uses in the show.
I just know that the big one that takes 5 cards that weren't
the God cards?
Yeah, they made it like the most powerful combination in the show. And I remember looking at the cards at some point in time, and it was like, the math doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to multiply it together, which is not what it says you're supposed to do.
No, yeah, the show hardly followed the rule at all.
It was very strange.
The Summon Skull that I had was
Dark Magician.
Oh, okay.
That's the only one I remember. And the dragons, the blue
eyes, white dragon, red eyes, black dragon.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. That card I got from a sweepstakes that Kids WB did.
So it was like an exclusive.
Yeah, an exclusive one, and I mixed it up with the rest of the cards.
Oh, I did get
and now I don't know.
What you got in that? What you got in that bowl, Joel?
No. Let me reach over and find out. Let me do the good old reach around here. And let's pick this one. It's one, right? Yeah. Uno papel with something transcribed in it. The most favoritist topic of all.
It's not comforting.
Politics.
Oh, great. Okay, well, what specifically about politics?
Oh. I don't know. You know what? Since the fires are recent, a lot of stuff has been piling on about politics on that, but I don't like how they're trying to portray politics into that.
So,
technically
politics
it's
with
like,
natural disasters.
Yeah.
Any sort of... I haven't done a ton of research on it or anything. I don't know if it was completely natural or if it was unnatural.
Well, wait. What are you
Well,
like how they started?
It's
or?
like, yeah, arson, winds,
Okay.
power lines.
So right now, currently, I am kind of have at least seen some news stuff about it, and they, at least for sure, the Eaton fire, they have video of the transmission lines sparking out in the mountainside,
That makes sense to me.
and then the fire start originating in that area too.
And I would also imagine that if an arsonist sees a giant fire, they might contribute. That's kind of their thing, right? Okay. No, I got this. So, well, in short, I think it's dumb.
Yes.
I think it's dumb to try to take any sort of disaster and be like, this is fucking political.
Yeah.
This is just whoever I don't like pulling strings and doing stuff and causing panic. And it's like, no.
Other people going like, this is what you voted for. I'm like, what?
I think the problem with a lot of those types of politics, because that's what we're getting into, is everyone has a voice. Everyone can reach out to, thousands to millions to billions of people at once, right? Depending on who's following you and who gives a shit about what you say or not. And that's unfortunate.
Very.
Because then now it's like, I had this kind of crazy thought. I'm just going to spit it out. And then it's like, 10,000 people now think that that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not necessarily something that would have happened before. Before, it's like you'd be standing out on the street being like, our president is setting the fucking world on fire, literally. And then you get like the crowd of 10 passerbys who are like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And you might be able to convert them in the moment to whatever your beliefs are, but now it's much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's just like, there's too much information for my liking personally, because then it's like, well, yeah, I got 6 different news reports about the same thing, and they're all saying something different. And I'm like, cool. So now I got to do like extensive research just to figure out what happened in this event.
Exactly.
I don't like that. I want the boring truth.
Yeah, don't make it exciting if
No.
it's not exciting. Like, just say, come on and say it.
Yeah, say what it is. If you don't know what it is, say, we don't know what it is, but here's what we're thinking.
Yeah. Like, honestly, especially with news, it's like, at least give the facts first.
Which is also very political now.
Yeah. Give the facts first, and then say your opinion.
Yes.
If you're not going to be biased,
Right.
at least give me what it is, and then say your opinion.
I think this has led me to believe that this might be things like that, instead of like, oh, well, this is because of, you know exactly who this is because of, and it's like, what the fuck are you? You're supposed to be a goddamn journalist. But journalism is also very different than it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because it went from hard facts to clickbait.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we did this one today. I'm getting bummed out. So what do you think about politics, Joel? Are you considering our conversation both of our answers?
With natural disasters in mind, just figure out what started it, what's going on. First, take care of it.
Yeah.
I don't need politics during my crisis here.
Right.
It's like, take care of the crisis and then figure out how it happened, and in hindsight, what could have been better to prevent it.
Yeah.
What led up to all the mishaps and whatnot. But figure that out after the fact.
Yeah, I don't know if we have this recorded or not, but we talked about power lines and stuff in a previous conversation. I know I was talking to you about it, and it was just like, instead of waiting for shit like this to happen, spend the money, put the power lines underground, because we're already doing that everywhere else. Like, what are we waiting for? It's like, this happened again. We just, like a bunch of fucking places burned down, like people's homes and businesses and all that shit. And it's like, I get so endlessly frustrated with, like, not trying to figure out solutions.
Yeah, it's like...
well, now it's done. We don't have to worry about it. It's like, no. Now you should exactly be worrying about it. And you should be spending the money up front about it so you don't have to pay for
extra
everything
when
after it happens.
Everything's already built up and like, oh, everything's built. We have to now disrupt everything instead of like, oh, let's do it now.
Right.
So they can build and be safe.
Yeah, and then also, like, free yourself of all these, like... I imagine Edison's getting sued by 1 billion people right now.
Last I heard, it was for sure at least 20.
Yeah.
And probably even more now that the news is out, or the video's out showing that it could possibly be them.
The problem is, though, it's like, we don't have infrastructure to... Like, cities should be taking care of their own power and all their own utilities, city by city.
I mean, technically, LA does a bit of it, not all of it, but
or even county. Yeah, fuck that. Like, county, city, whatever. Like, whatever we got. I know a bunch of
and technically, it should be
who would love to not work
any utility. So, like, the electricity should be run by hopefully the county or the city,
right?
Whoever wants to take the mantle. Same
like
with the internet.
Yeah, like the water.
Fucking,
Like, our water here is the city water.
Yeah,
we pay the city for it. But then it's like, no, let's pay this corporation for this other shit. And it's like, and they get to just make up rules as they go along. They're like, hey, you know what? It's peak hours.
Right.
Okay. So it's like, oh, no, we're going to double your rates. And it's like, what the fuck?
And then there's a off-peak hour and a super off-peak hour.
Yeah. So then it's like, you're like, all right, cool. So I can't use the stove, the AC, the microwave, the air fryer, like basically any fucking appliance for like 6 hours out of the day.
For solar, the price changes what they're willing to buy from you depending on what time you produced it, which is during the day. It's like, oh, but we'll pay you more during this time when it's at night.
Yeah, see, I don't like that. It should be flat rates, and I think it should be flat rates based off of like numbers of bedroom and like square footage of a house.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me, because then it's like you're getting rid of like the issue where it's like, all right, well, this is a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna make a tiered structure, make a tiered structure where it's like if you spend below this amount, this is how much you pay. Once you go over, the overage is this amount.
I do think that Edison has a option for that, but it's much more expensive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's convenient because you only have to worry about 2 different rates. Or I forget what the rules are between those 2 rates or whatever. But we looked into it because we were trying to we were like, well, what's going to be cheaper? Let's do the math. Mm-hmm. And I think every time it was more expensive.
Oh, okay. So
but
maybe no.
It's a lot more convenient though, because then you're not getting like the crazy differences between like regular hours and like the like the super hours or the peak times.
Right.
You're getting a more consistent higher number across the board, and then I think either still at certain times or whatever, it's like it's a little more expensive, but not by much. Mm. But you're consistently paying more all the time.
Right.
So, yeah. Honestly, though, I'd probably do that if I could afford it, because that sounds more convenient to me. And then you get a better picture of what you'll probably be spending like month to month. Mm-hmm. But, ugh.
Yeah. Anyway, we got into utilities out of politics, but
well, because that's what happens.
Politics is just messy.
No, yeah, this is a perfect example of like what people do with disasters in politics. We took politics and started talking about utilities. But again, it's like, isn't that also political?
Yeah.
What, like Southern California Edison's not like politically funded by anybody or invested in or anything like that? Like, no, of course they are. That's why they treat everybody like shit.
Pretty much. And then they'll say they don't probably have the resources to do a lot of the shit, but
yeah,
we take your pay cut and fucking fund more people with that. But people want to make money, so they don't want to take pay cuts.
And this episode is brought to you by Southern California Edison. Wait, I'm pretty sure we said that already.
2 cents is just if you're gonna politicize fucking a natural disaster, you're a piece of shit. And
or just
honestly,
do something
they should
else.
both at least agree to like work together to fix the problem instead of like blame.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah. No. I'm actually done talking about that. I don't want to talk about it.
We'll move on into bold.
Let's get
Do you
bold.
want to grab the first card or should
I will. I feel like I did a black card last week.
I don't remember. Oh no, yeah, I did. No, you're still gonna get one anyway.
Yeah, great. But I get to ask you a question. Wait, no, you're asking me a question first.
Yes. Wait. Well, sure. Let's go that way. Whatever order it was, because I think I asked you first the last time. But
I was just going based off of what our answers were.
Yeah.
That's fine. We don't have rules here.
Yeah. This one says, yeah, there's 2. What would your younger self struggle to believe about your current life?
Oh, this is easy.
The power of editing.
I'd be like, did you know that there's 510 people who listened to your music last year in 57 different countries?
57 different countries.
And 510 people. I don't know who they are, but thank you. Like, that's...
What was it, 510 including you?
Yes.
Okay.
But 510 listeners minus 1 is a lot of people, in my opinion, that I don't know.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't talk to anybody about it.
Did it tell you what country is the most?
Yeah, that data is still buffering.
Oh.
But that's not the point. The
point is there's 500.
The question is, like, yeah, my younger self, if I told him that, if I was like, hey, man, it's going to be all right because this stuff's going to happen. You're probably not going to make any money, but you'll get this nice little feeling in your heart that people are listening to the stuff that you're doing. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And
it could grow.
Yeah. But as my younger self, I'd be like, I don't believe you. There's no fucking way. And let me get one of those shirts. Oh, nice. I like this. I feel like these are softball questions a little bit. Okay. Do you compartmentalize friendships?
I don't think I do. But just to be sure, carpetmentalized, like grouping them, right?
Or something.
Or is it keeping them separate? Because if it's keeping...
Yeah, to separate something into distinct parts or categorizing and to keep those parts from mixing.
Got it. I mean, I don't keep them from mixing. If they somehow mix, sure. But...
Right, but you're not like actively like, oh, well, these are my
gaming friends.
Yeah,
these are my... Yeah. Like, no, yeah, I don't do that.
Those just happen to be the groups that you got, yeah. But it's not like if you were throwing a party, you wouldn't be like, oh, I can only invite this group of people
and not these group of people. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no. The answer, yeah. Cool. Good job.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I need to either. It's like I don't have many friends. So if they want to like somehow mix together, great. What have you learned about yourself this year? And it hasn't been a very long year, so I'm including last year too.
Your boy can fuck with fish and hot stuff. Spicy foods.
So can I.
Yeah.
Apparently.
because I didn't eat fish for a long time, or any seafood, but I will definitely.
Oh, when you said hot, I was talking about the spicy thing that we did, but
Oh yeah, no, that's a two part answer to the question. But yeah, because I never ate fish before. I didn't care for it, and I've recently got into it. So like I have sushi like probably like once a week.
wait, while we were working, you never had fish?
Nope. Every time
What'd you get in Omakase?
Every time we went to Omakase, I got a tofu bowl with vegetables, and I got a cucumber and avocado roll.
Got it. Yeah.
So yes, I was eating sushi, but there's no fish in it yet.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I still love me a vegetable sushi roll. They're just so fresh and nice.
Because there's cucumber in it.
Yeah, there's cucumber. Sometimes they put carrots in it, avocado.
Yeah, but the cucumber makes it fresh.
Yeah, well, and you get a little crunch. Yeah,
the crunch,
nice.
the liquidy goodness of a cucumber.
Yes, and then like hot sauces. I've been getting into. We did the hot ones for Christmas this year. That was season 25, I think. But we did it.
We did. No after side effects.
Yeah, no, there was definitely parts of it that were not as enjoyable.
There were two that weren't as enjoyable.
that were just kind of mean. But yeah, that's not even something that, like, because I'd watched the show. I've been watching the show for years because I like the interviews and stuff, and I was like, oh, this is fun. But I was like, I'm not gonna. I would never once thought like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy all of those sauces
and try them out.
Yeah, and see how it goes. And having tacos tomorrow, so I'm gonna try. I'm actually gonna put some on some tacos tomorrow. See how that goes.
Nice. Have you finished any of the bottles?
I think the family's finished the classic one, like the first one.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we got to buy you a new one. I was like, I'm like, this is fucking like Tabasco sauce or whatever. Like it's.
Yeah, that was it.
It's a basic hot sauce, like Tapatio or Sriracha. Like you put it on pretty much anything and you're like, ooh.
Fun fact, I thought Sriracha was actually like the name, like a knighted name. Oh. So I thought the name was Racha and then just added Sir. When I first heard of it, I'm like, what? Who's
like
what?
Sriracha with like a knight on the bottle? That's an ad right there if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Now you've heard of Sriracha, but not Sriracha. And the Knights at the Round Table. Okay.
All right. That was mine. So,
do you have friends you can be your most authentic self with? See, this was an easy card for you, I thought.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So,
I'm surprised.
No and yes.
And no.
What do you mean no?
No.
You don't think that you're your authentic self with your friends? Interesting.
I don't.
Okay, well let's dig into that. That's intriguing.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I hide many things. They're like, I may hide a different thing from you that I hide from my other group of friends. So technically, it would benefit me if I compartmentalize you. I can't say the word, so I'm just going to go with that.
Compartmentalize. Yes.
I'm fine with it because either way, like you would know me acting a little different from them. Like, especially like if, let's say you all met up. Mm-hmm. You would see me act differently from them as I do with like family members, or as I do like I act different ways with different certain groups, right?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you real quick. I don't necessarily think that makes you not authentically yourself, but different groups are gonna bring out different things in you, and you're gonna do kind of like code switching between like certain groups and stuff. All I'm trying to say is I don't necessarily think that if you're acting or behaving in a different way with different groups of people, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not being authentic. Because you, as a person, have 12 sides to you?
Just about.
Sure.
We can say 12.
As most people do, it's like, I'm going to act differently at the grocery store than I would at the movie theater. Both are authentic, though. I do need groceries, and I love me some movies. I guess that would be like...
Cool. So then...
Yeah.
Yeah, then I guess then yes.
And that's kind of what I was thinking.
No. What was the...
Yes.
So the end.
Yes. Do you have friends that you could be your most authentic self with?
Then you.
That which is kind of what I figured, because I would not describe you as a closed book. But there is... You need the interaction to get the juicy deets from you, I think.
Get those, the sticky pages to unstick.
Yeah, like if I asked you a question about, I feel like anything, you'd probably give me an answer, and it would be a straight answer. There wouldn't be like I don't want to talk about that. I'm embarrassed. I don't want to do that. No, you just be like, well, yeah, no, this is what I think about it.
Okay. Yeah.
Which, again, I think proves authenticity, because... Yeah, I think if somebody was like, oh, hey, let's talk about Pokemon, and you're like, oh, I can't talk about that with these people over here, because they're going to think, oh, like that guy really likes Pokemon cards. And it's like, what you do, and you would talk about it with probably anybody. Yeah. Yeah. If it came up in conversation.
Yeah. I was thinking of it a little differently, but yeah. The way you're bringing, the way I was telling, like, essentially, like, I act differently around different groups, but... Yeah, all the time it would be authentic. Yeah,
yeah,
and just you would probably be surprised that I'm authentic in that way with this group than with.
Yeah, I think for most people who have, I think anybody who has a friend who has friends with, or who is friends with other people, or even just like watching somebody interact with their family, it's always different. Mm-hmm. So you're just seeing, like, again, a different side of this person, which is intriguing. And that
is it.
Is it?
Yeah. It can be end with bold.
I agree for the most part. Although if you want toxic friendships, you could definitely have toxic friendships and not be friends with yourself. I actually think that kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. But smart-ass comments aside, Miss Roosevelt, I think as someone who struggles internally on a pretty consistent manner, I have found, like, the days that I'm not doing good, I can't be friends with people. Like, I can't talk to people. Like, if I'm not having a good day with me, I usually can't bring anybody else into that, because then I just start feeling shitty.
Yeah.
Or just...
I can see that.
Or basically because it's like, oh, I'm having a bad day, or I'm feeling bad about myself or whatever, and then somebody wants to hang out, or I'm doing something with somebody, and then it's distracting. And then a lot of the times when stuff like that will happen, somebody says something to you, and then you take it in completely the wrong context, because your headspace is just somewhere completely different. And then that's where, disagreements and things come up.
And arguments and fights.
Right. But because I'm not on the same page as myself, so it's like trying to calibrate to somebody else when you're not calibrated, I feel like is impossible.
Yep. Oh, yeah. What I get from this is just basically, if you do not like yourself, how do you expect other people to like you, essentially? Is what at least I get from it, is like you have to learn to like really like yourself first, because if you're always bringing yourself down, or if you're always negative about yourself, it's like, what do you expect other people to like do? Like you're seeing the worst in yourself. Like they're especially if you keep bringing it up to them, they're like, why do I want to be your friend? Type of way.
I just stopped bringing it up.
Yeah.
I talked to my therapist about it, and everybody else thinks I'm doing all right.
So essentially, it's like if you want good friendships that stay, it's like you gotta learn to be okay with yourself. You have to like just acknowledge that you do have some faults, maybe, and that's okay. Everyone has their faults, but as long as you essentially, if you can become a good friend to you, like even like if you're just like indulging in like stuff that's like, oh, I deserve this. Let me go get myself this.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
You come out more in a positive mood, and then you become more likable. The more you can like yourself and be more positive, outshowing, it would be like the easiest way to be friends with a lot more people. Sometimes you don't even have to be talkative. You just have to like just be happy. And some people might not come to you because a lot of people are introverts nowadays, and like even then, like a lot of people are just like going about their own shit. Like they got shit to worry about themselves.
So in short, you think it's important to be your authentic self?
No, it's horrible when you're authentic self. But yes,
got it. Yes, connective tissue did it.
pat yourself on the back.
I'm not gonna do that
I will.
because I'm not a good friend to myself. I tolerate myself. I'm a handful, but I keep that shit on lock and don't let it interfere with my mingling with other people. Usually. So.
Well, that concludes this episode. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Yo.